So anyway, Kelsey Plum, Nafisia Collier, Nike Agumake going to meet with the NBA/WNBA. I would love to know if Adam Silver's going to be there. But it's pretty clear, and I've talked about this. I think there's a real split amongst the players as to what it is they should be doing.
Out of the entire WNBA, only 3 players reportedly voted no on authorizing a potential strike. Their identities haven't been officially revealed, but watch Caitlin Clark on that NBA pregame show and tell me she's not one of them. Her body language, careful choice of words, and measured optimism stand in stark contrast to her union president, who's openly expressing disgust with the league. This isn't just a simple disagreement over contract negotiations. It's a deep split in strategy, messaging, and what truly matters when it comes to building something meaningful.
Honestly, I'm just kind of like upset, frustrated, all of us. And in a lot of ways, just like disgusted with the W and how they're handling this and their lack of value, their lack of worth for us, their lack of even trying to attempt to move the needle with us. Like, we know what is on the horizon. We know in 2 years our TV deal is up and there's a new TV deal that's going to come that they're not even putting on the table for us. The percentages, if we actually told you the percentages of what they're giving, that they're like sending to us, it would absolutely piss y'all off. So like, just know when we are standing firm in our feet and 10 toes down, there is a reason.
That's Natasha Cloud, just 3 days before Caitlin's NBA appearance. She's looking straight into the camera, speaking with disgust, warning that players won't budge until the league makes the first move, putting all the pressure squarely on ownership. Now, compare that to Caitlin. One player treats this like a battlefield. The other treats it like a business negotiation. Something that needs resolution so everyone can get back to work. Here's what makes this so fascinating. Natasha Cloud averaged 5.4 points per game last season. Caitlin Clark? She's the reason WNBA attendance doubled. She's why NBC is paying attention. She's why 2 expansion teams are joining the league. But when it comes to players' union and shaping public messaging about the CBA, who really hold the power? The veteran leaders controlling the union, or the star who brings the eyes and the spotlight?
Looking forward into the future, what would you like to see happen as you come to a negotiation?
Well, honestly, I don't think it's just a big moment for the WNBA. I think all of women's sports, I think this is one of the biggest moments we've ever had. So, I feel very confident that we're going to get something done. And that's because we're in this moment because of the product we put on the floor. So we need to be able to continue to do that. And I know everybody's working really hard. There's a meeting tomorrow that's super important. And I truly do believe we're going to get something done here in the next couple of weeks. But like you said, there's a lot of boxes that we still need to check. We've added two new teams. There's going to be more players than ever. And then we have to get into free agency, then have a normal draft as well. So there's a lot of things left to do, but I really do feel confident that both sides are going to reach a deal here soon.
Yeah, draft slated for April 13th, but the growth of the league has been so much. Can you just help us to understand the transition this league is going on right now?
It's incredible. And I remember my first WNBA game when I was a young girl. I went to the Minnesota Lynx when they had their dynasty with Maya Moore and they were playing the Seattle Storm. And now basically any arena you go to, it's sold out. We're adding 2 teams. We're up to 14 now and then hopefully getting to 18 in the next couple of years. So, business is booming and that's a really good thing. And we kind of just got to keep meeting the moment. The talent's getting better and better. You see it at the college level coming into the professional game too. So I feel very fortunate and hopefully I have a long career ahead of me.
Listen to how Caitlin frames every single answer. Business is booming. We need to get something done. I'm confident both sides will reach a deal. She talks about expansion teams, sold out arenas, and the surge of talent coming from college. Everything she says is forward-looking, assumes a season will happen, and focuses on the on-court product. Now think about the position this puts her in. The meeting she's referencing happened the very next day. Kelsey Plum, Nneka Ogwumike, and Breanna Stewart meeting with NBA and WNBA ownership. The union had already authorized a strike. They'd made it clear they were willing to walk away. And here's Caitlin Clark on national television during an NBA broadcast, essentially saying, "We're going to figure this out. Don't worry about it." That's the opposite of the message the union wants out there. When you've authorized a strike, you want ownership nervous. You want them thinking the players are unified, ready to blow everything up if their demands aren't met. What you don't want is your biggest star going on TV and projecting confidence that a deal will get done.
It was really good. Rhodes, did you watch the game? No, point of fact, I didn't. I actually watched Caitlin Clark on the pregame show after a long, drawn-out all-star reveal, I guess, is what was happening. I was like, what are we doing? Can we get to Caitlin Clark here? She was great. She was fantastic. Somebody give her a step stool or something. I mean, wow. It was pretty visually jarring seeing the height difference between her and Reggie Miller and Carmelo Anthony. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was really good. She did a very good job.
They had to give her a step stool. She's standing next to Reggie Miller and Carmelo Anthony, looking like she's on a completely different elevation. But it didn't matter, because the moment she started talking, she owned the space. She didn't seem out of place or intimidated. She analyzed the game, broke down plays, and demonstrated an understanding of NBA strategy that impressed everyone watching. But here's the real story. That appearance was an audition. NBC didn't put her on the pre-game show just because she's famous. They put her there because they're invested in the WNBA and wanted to see if their biggest asset could cross over. Could she handle NBA coverage? Could she bring WNBA fans to NBA broadcasts and vice versa? She nailed it. That means Caitlin Clark now has options. She has leverage. If the WNBA season is disrupted by a lockout or strike, she won't disappear. She can do more NBA coverage, college basketball analysis, and other opportunities that 99% of WNBA players simply don't have access to.
Players voted for the ability to go on strike. This was what, a month ago maybe? They all met and they all had a vote, and there were 3 players. I think we figured out there was 3 players that did not vote yes for a potential strike. I would love to know if she's one of them. Okay. Now today is the big meeting. I'm sure I will have some news about that potentially later in the day. Big meeting between the WNBA/NBA owners and the players union. Kelsey Plum. Oh, wait a minute.
The vote took place about a month before this interview, when the WNBA Players Association decided whether to authorize union leadership to call a strike if CBA negotiations broke down. The measure passed overwhelmingly, but 3 players voted no. They looked at the situation and concluded that threatening to blow up the season wasn't the right move. Think about the math. Veterans nearing the end of their careers have already earned money overseas, won championships, and cemented their legacies, while role players averaging 15 minutes a game could easily play in Europe or Turkey and likely earn more than their WNBA salary. But the superstars, the players signing shoe deals, attracting expansion team interest, and set to benefit from TV revenue, are the ones who stand to lose the most if the season doesn't happen. Caitlin Clark, for instance, signed an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike and holds sponsorships with Gatorade, State Farm, and Wilson. All of these deals depend on her visibility.
Her discussion is largely about, hey, we got expansion teams. We need to get out there and play ball. Yada, yada, yada. It's very centered towards, at the end of the day, we need to be on the court playing basketball. Yeah, we've got boxes to check, blah, blah, blah. But the delivery of the message is so different that, I mean, let me just come out and say.
Watch how carefully she navigates this. Caitlin doesn't criticize the union, and she doesn't throw shade at players like Natasha Cloud, who are taking a more aggressive stance. She stays relentlessly positive and focused on the idea that basketball needs to happen. That's political skill. Understanding she can't be seen as anti-union or breaking ranks, but also can't co-sign the militant approach some veterans are pushing. Notice what she keeps emphasizing. The product on the floor. We're in this moment because of the basketball we put on the court, and that needs to continue. Translation: the union's leverage comes from people wanting to watch us play. If we don't play, that leverage disappears. The longer negotiations drag out, the more casual fans forget about the WNBA and move on. She's not wrong. 2024 brought massive momentum. Attendance up 48% from the previous year. Merchandise sales through the roof, and TV ratings breaking every record. What kills that momentum? An off-season consumed by labor disputes instead of highlights, draft spec.
Not the Players Union president. How is that even possible? You listen to her talk and her ability to convey a message, but the problem is there's so many players in this league that don't have respect for the delivery of the message being done in this way. All these other players, they make this, you can tell they've made it personal. And they've made it some kind of cause that, is it really about getting paid more money, or is it about
Reggie Miller comparing Caitlyn to himself. Carmelo Anthony saying she reminds him of Luka Doncic. These are all-time great players giving her that level of respect, and she handles it with the perfect mix of confidence and humility that makes people want to root for her. She doesn't dismiss the comparisons, but she also doesn't get a big head. She just talks basketball. The subtext, though, is important. These legends aren't just complimenting her game. They're welcoming her into a different tier of basketball media, treating her as someone who belongs in the conversation and can credibly analyze NBA games. That rarely happens for WNBA players. Typically, opportunities like this come because a player has transcended the league in mainstream recognition, and that creates tension. Many WNBA veterans have spent the past year pushing the message: respect our league, cover our league, don't treat us as less than, which is valid. Yet here's Caitlin Clark.
hey, we don't need the WNBA, we can do unrivaled, blah, 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 blah. And the manner in which their message is delivered, it is startling. The amount of difference between somebody like Natasha Cloud, and by the way, if the majority of these players in this league conducted themselves in the manner that Caitlin Clark does, the ratings would be a lot better in this league. There would be more viewers for this league. But people don't want to waste their time when the majority of the league comes across as smug, and untitled, and unlikable. Why do you think so many people tune in to Caitlin Clark?
The WNBA players have every right to want more revenue. The current CBA gives them about 10%, while NBA players get 50%. But here's the thing. The league is finally making real money. New TV deals, expansion teams, record attendance. Momentum is at an all-time high. Now, some players are taking a hardline approach, threatening a strike, putting pressure on ownership. But Caitlin Clark, she's navigating this differently. On national TV, she stays positive, emphasizes the product on the floor, and projects confidence that a deal will get done. She's not criticizing the union, but she's showing she doesn't want a work stoppage. That's strategic, because if the league loses a season, casual fans move on, sponsors get nervous, and all the progress of 2024 could vanish. Caitlin understands that keeping the games going builds leverage, strike or no strike. Her approach is smarter. Project confidence, focus on the product, and let ownership see the value of the league. Whether you agree with her or not, this split in messaging could define the next decade of the WNBA.